It is 9:12 on this Tuesday morning, and the Oklahoma State Department of Education has a new leader. He took over officially on October 1st. And this morning, we are learning more about his vision for public education here in the state and his message to educators and families. So let's welcome in here State Superintendent Lyndall Fields. Thank you so much for being here, Superintendent.
Oh, happy to be with you this morning.
And good morning to you. So you started on October 1st.
That's
Let's
right.
talk about it. You know, your priorities here. I want to start there.
Sure.
What are your priorities now as you're stepping into this new role and taking a close look at literacy, career pathways, and also teacher recruitment?
That's exactly right. The three main priorities for us is literacy, starting at the early ages, and we have to have good teachers to provide that literacy and all of the subjects, and then finally for our graduates having career pathways so everybody has a future for their economic vitality. So literacy, teachers, career pathways.
And you've been working off of this 90-day plan. Can you tell our viewers at home more about this?
Well, it's really about a 15-month plan. The first 10 days is just getting to know everybody at the State Department. So we have an agency, several hundred employees, getting things sort of settled down there, learning what everybody does, getting to meet people, letting them meet me. And now we're starting to get out like today, and then we'll be getting out to schools. We're meeting with the legislators, getting out and about. And then ultimately where we want to get to is building capacity for the next leader. So it starts with communication, relationships, aligning everybody, execution, and then capacity over the next 15 months is our plan.
And this week you have a big budget presentation. Can you tell us a little bit more about that budget?
It is a big budget presentation. $5 billion is what flows through the State Department of Education. I say flow through because about 99% of the money does flow through the State Department of Education. Roughly $4 billion of state funding and another billion or so federal dollars flow through the state agency out to our partners in all of the school districts across the state of Oklahoma. So we'll present that Thursday for the board to consider. Ultimately, we hope they approve that, and then on to the legislature for them to decide ultimately the funding for SDE.
All right, and you did send out a letter to families, you know, making that announcement that you would be giving that budget presentation, but also giving out some answers on some policies put in place by the department before you took over as state superintendent. One of those being state testing, the other being social study standards. Will you move forward with those policies?
So there's a lot to unravel there. State testing, it's really end of year instruction. So we're trying to find out exactly what has happened, and it's been slowed down because of the government shutdown, finding answers with the USDE, what was actually submitted, and what we need to do to make changes if we choose to. So we think there's an opportunity to improve testing in Oklahoma, and we'll look at that. In terms of reversing what's been done, we're still not quite there yet, but should be in the next couple of weeks, and we can provide direction on the state end-of-year testing. Social studies, on the other hand, we'll have our first conversation with our board this Thursday to learn what direction they want to go. That's a board decision, so we'll be talking about both of those things this Thursday at our board meeting.
And I know that was a topic that the board was really interested about, learning more about social studies standards here in the state, what goes on in public schools here in Oklahoma. I also want to talk about, because last week you announced Oklahoma public schools will not be requiring classrooms to have a Bible inside of them. Ryan Walters, who was the former state superintendent, he criticized that decision, saying, quote, in part, the war on Christianity is real. What's your response to that?
Oklahomans value Bibles, so much so that the law allows for Bibles to be in classrooms, and I'm confident there's plenty of generous donors who would be happy to help schools that want to do that. Our decision is simply not spending state dollars and fighting a lawsuit to spend additional dollars to force Bibles in classrooms.
All right, and another mandate that people, they really want to know about, free lunches in public schools. Will you move forward with that?
That too is a challenging thing to contend with. So I think we would all agree that students learn better when they're well fed. But we also have to understand that schools establish budgets that have to be approved in June. And those plannings start as early as February. So school budgets are set. So when we come in and ask schools to do additional things when budgets have been set, that makes it really difficult on the school. We currently spend about $350 million on food in classrooms and schools. An additional $75 million would be needed to fully fund that initiative. I think it's a conversation worth having with the legislature and local school districts to help them move forward. So we're just beginning the conversations about that.
All right, beginning those conversations
Right.
on school lunches, providing them for free in Oklahoma classrooms. And then I want to get to this question
Sure.
because we've heard from a lot of concerned people who have been watching public education here in the state, specifically educators, families of students here in Oklahoma. You know, they're concerned with our ranking in the country, 50th in education. What is your plan to turn this around? And what would your message be to those families, those educators as well?
Yeah, that's a fair question. So 50th's thrown out a lot, whether it's 50th, 48, 46, or even 35th. I think we have some work to do. You know, you announced earlier that the Oklahoma City Thunder play tonight. An amazing world championship team that can do alley-oops and slam dunks and behind the back passes. They got that good because they were good at fundamentals. They passed the ball, teamwork, and they dribble. We've got to get good at the fundamentals in Oklahoma, and that's literacy and having great teachers. And we have great teachers in the classroom, supporting those teachers. Let's work on the fundamentals. We try to run plays. We're trying to do alley-oops. Let's work on the basics first. Let's get back to the fundamentals. I think if we do that, we can climb up that list and be proud of what we're doing in our fine state.
All right, so you have a meeting coming up with the board this week.
Right.
Hope to have you back here on the couch to tell us more about your vision for
Sure.
Oklahoma schools. We appreciate you taking the time out today, Superintendent Fields.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks for having me.